All right, we are back. I hate when TradingView does that shit. It's probably Mozilla, but it's also experienced on Google. So from between Google Chrome and Mozilla, honestly, I feel like it's just the same shit. So it's just one of those things that it does. All right, but let's continue. We are 4-2. Uh, I have to win. I have to win like four more trades in a row to be an 80%er. As long as I finish above 50%, I'm satisfied. But 80% is the goal. So we're going to be extremely discriminating with these next few trades. So therefore, I can win four in a row, and on top of that, yeah, 80%. So let's go. All right, cool. Let's see if we got our lower high being established right now. We do. I think price was much further along too. I don't remember where we left off. But we're just gonna kind of simulate through, so therefore things are kind of taken care of. Um, and then let's also mark up some zones again. All right, cool. So we know this is a zone right here. And then my mouse fucking died. I'm waiting for my keyboard. I have an accessory keyboard and an accessory mouse, so I'm waiting for those to charge. Once those charge, we'll be a little bit more faster with everything. So sorry for moving slower than normal. Cool. I feel like somebody's gonna ask me why am I marking up the zones the way that I am. So I'm always just figuring out what resistance is going to be. So therefore, it makes sense why price will go there. Because these serve as magnet zones. All of these serve as magnet zones. Genuinely, all of them do. So right now, like we're tapping into a magnet zone as we speak. So we have this resistance right here. And then it's operating off of this break of structure and continuation. So we're going to see what price does. Cool. We have a lower high. We established right here. Price is a little bit wickish in this area. And ultimately, if we're paying attention to the bigger picture, price is starting to become exhausted as far as this downtrend is concerned. Because you see how these candles are like this, then like that, then like that, then like that, then you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to be more cautious in this area because price is not having the volume and the momentum that it normally has. And as I say that, it invalidates that lower high. So you guys are starting to see, like, hopefully you're starting to see the small things that lead to the bigger picture. Cool, invalidated. Bet. So now you see what I'm talking about. So since I'm staying cautious, now we're starting to see, okay, this might actually be a range. Yeah, lower high got established right here because price broke out of this, right? Gave us a high. Now we have a higher low. It broke from this lower high. So again, lower high broken, right? Gave us the high. Now we have a higher low. Cool. And then we have this low right here as well. So high, we have that low, we have that high, higher low. So now what do we need? Higher high. Because what has been happening these last, since Friday, and here we are last week. Friday of last week, we've been in a downtrend. So now if I want to do buys, I actually need that higher high to give me the confidence that we're getting ready to go into a buyer's market. So right now, basically, you're not trading silver at this point. Cool. Did I get what I want for Christmas? Technically, I did. All right. So now Move it again. See how exhausted it still is? This was great. Boom. Now it's not there. So, again, I need price to really push for me. Look at these touches. See? Look at these touches. Price is still undecided on whether or not it wants to change markets or not. If we want to go from a buyer, if we want to go from a bear's market to a bullish market. Like, let's even look at the trend line. See what I'm saying? Trend line touch. See? So, here's the good news. What does that mean? We got a resistance right here. So now we know support, resistance. Price is either going to break through again, and it's going to continue to be with the bears, or it's going to go and be on that bullshit, and it'll go up. All right, let's resume. Another trend line touch. Will it break? Nope. Another trend line touch. Will it break? Nope. And it finally did. All right. So now it finally broke it. So now we're out of that range. Now it's going to go collect the money that's sitting up here. Collect the money. Boom. That's cleared. So now that that's cleared, now it either has to go collect the money that's up here, but it needs to go get more. So it's either going to come back down temporarily. It's probably going to come back down to this level right here, because it just cleared these guys out. And now we're going to see what price does. It's going to form a mini correction though. So we have a new indication. So with that being a new indication, guess what? Process all over again. Because again, I am 4-2. I have every intention on going 8-2. Every intention. So that's where my attention is going to be focused. Cool. All right. Let's zoom in to see if we got our correction that we're looking for. Because it was at this level right here, like this little area. It did touch here. So now we have another touch at this 23% area. But I'm going to go down to see if we have the end. All right. We have our higher low right here. Higher low, higher low. I want to see what price does. I'm not convinced yet. Yeah, I'm not convinced yet. It still has these right here. Still got to take care of this. If it clears this out, I'll be more convinced. Swept them. Cool. Okay, we still have these equal lows right here. All right. Now let's cycle. Okay, not bad. All right. I feel confident in this. Where's my stop loss going to be? Obviously, it's going to be right there. Yep. And we're going to go not for here. We're not going to go all the way up here. We're not going to go all the way up here. If anything, I'm comfortable with this. I'm comfortable with this. So this 27 mark. Yeah, I'm comfortable with the 27. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. We'll go with a 1-to-1. We'll take partials, and then from there, we'll continue. All right, let's see what we get. Fucking hell. Damn. 4-3. All right. That turned out into being a higher low. Gotta take our L where we got it. All right. Now, we just had a bad entry. That's all that was. Just a bad entry. Yeah, we just had a bad entry. That's all that really was. So, man, fuck. That sucks. All right. Literally just a second too early. Right? Second too early. All right. So, let's move on to the next and let's continue. Probably finna go back to thinking of, instead of taking that trade immediately, like on like a 23%, I'm probably gonna wait for like a 38% pullback. I may have to wait a little bit longer, but that's fine because I don't want to run into that situation. I feel like it's just unnecessary. Cool, we just got a break in structure. Let me delete this because this was a part of that downtrend. That's no longer valid. All right, so now we have a deeper correction. So this is actually good news because now we can low-key get back in, because now we have the actual peak of what we're doing, and now we're at the 100% mark. So it's possible price is either about to break through this. Cool, it broke through it. Now we're gonna look for a lower high. Once it gets that lower high, and again, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until it hits that 38%. If it's still at that 23, I'm gonna pass on it. Cool. And then we're actually gonna do this. Therefore, it's a little bit faster. All right. By the way, it's retesting areas. So cool. Now we have that lower high. So now we're gonna wait for another lower high. It went there. We're gonna get out of that, and now wait for another lower high. Cool. All right. Now we're a little bit more activated. Now let's see what takes place. I'm looking for a break right here because I already got that higher low. So now I'm looking for a break right here. Once I get my break right here and a retest, then I'm gone. Okay. Let's go ahead and short here. I'm going to put it behind this level because this is where it should have been at. And then we're going to go all the way down to, yeah, about right here because we're on at 38, so we're going to go about right here. All right, let me check the 1 hour just to make sure I'm clean. Nope, not taking it. High or low? All right, cool. Now we got a lower high. So now let's see if I get it. Now let's see if I get what I'm looking at again. Cool. Again, it's better to be in this situation than to lose another trade just because you're trying to make up for the wins. Again, I'm not trying to lose a lot. I'm just not. Have to improve as a trader. Have to improve as a trader. We have two equal highs set up right here. Price just broke through it. It's giving me a deeper correction. And literally, like, the biggest thing I'm learning from this right now is wait until candles print, like dead ass. Before you take an entry, just wait until the candle prints. It is okay to just wait. It's okay, genuinely. It's okay to just wait until the candle prints. If the candle prints and you don't like it, wait for the next candle. If the candle prints again, you don't like it, wait for the next candle. It's okay. This is a higher low right now. In case you're trying to figure out what am I waiting on, I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on this to get broke through. I'm waiting for this to be broken because we just got an invalidated structure all through here, right? So I'm waiting for this to finish because it just like it looked like it was about to finish right here, and then it corrected even further, even completely took out everything up here, and then corrected on the way down. So I'm looking to see what is it going to do. If it can give me a lower high, then great. I think that might be my lower high. Yep, that might be my lower high right there. So I'm going to wait for this candle. Cool, now I have my equal high. I might finally got that lower high I'm looking for. Go back to the 1 hour real quick. Yep. It's developing. Cool. So now I'm just going to wait. Same process. Price is exhausted, by the way, trying to have this trend go. And this is still, like I said, high. So okay. High, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Lower high. Okay. Just so y'all understand where my mind is at. That's a choppy market, so got to be very discerning with what I do next here. And it's choppy as shit right now too. And this is what, July? Yeah, July through the end of June. Okay. On the 15-minute, we got that. Okay, cool. So now we have high, equal high, higher low. So now I'm going to look for another higher low to see if we're getting ready to be in a buyer's market. Yep, I'm going to look for a higher low to get established, see if we're in a buyer's market. We have that 1 hour right there. This is here. Cool. We have that there. We have that there. All right. Let's get that established. I'm going to put my shit here. All right. What am I looking for target-wise? Okay. Higher low, higher low. Another higher low right here. Sequence of higher lows. This is where we could go to start to give us our 1-to-1. Just above it. Is there any evidence? So it'll be right here. We still haven't made up for all of this up here just yet. So I'm going to have the same game plan. Again, I'm going to hold. But this is where I really want price to go. I ain't going to lie. This is going to be a big one. It's going to be a 1-to-4. It's going to be our biggest one so far. So let's see if we... And then plus we're filming this. So let's see what happens. I'm going to actually adjust this right here. Because I don't want it to be too tight. I want it to be just behind this higher low. So it'll be 1-to-3. All right, cool. That's something I'm fine with. All right. Now, let's see if we either about to be the Baltimore Ravens and start off hot and then all of a sudden go through a mid streak. I love my team, but yeah. All right. Anyway, let's go. Ooh, it's not looking good. Oh! Yes, sir. All right. So we did. I did say that. I did say it earlier. We have our. Let me go. Let me get this. We did get our 1-to-1. So now I'm chilling. I am chilling right now. We did get our 1-to-1. I will leave my stop loss where it is. Actually, hold on. I will put it to break even. And I will leave it where it's at. Let's see if it reverses. If not, I got a 1-to-1. And we go 5-3. So, and that's fine. I will take what I get out of the market. But I'm more happy with the fact that I have another win. Let's see what happens. All right. Broke even. We out. 1-to-1. That's cool. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if we're going to get a lot, but we going to win this motherfucker. Fuck you mean. All right. I also think we're about to get a better entry. So let's look closely. Because we got another higher low and another higher low and another higher low building. So we might double back. We might spin the block. I ain't going to lie. Yeah, we might spin the block again. Because it ain't done yet. That's the thing. Like, it ain't done yet. It ain't done just yet. So we're going to go back to it. We're going to come right back to it. This time, my 1-to-1 is here. All right. For 6-3. Where's my record? Bro, I was like, bro, don't tell me I just deleted this out. Can I enlarge this? Yeah, there we go. Like, make so therefore I stopped losing it. All right, cool. We're 5-3 right now. Let's see what's up. Let's see what happens. All right, let's get it. Oh. What are you doing? All right, there we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it again. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with that man. What are we talking about? 6-3. I'm feeling sexy right now. Let's do it. But all right, cool. So again, this is what I was talking about. I'm like, it's not done yet. We had an okay entry, right? That first entry the first entry that gave us that 5-3. Right? Remember, we were at 4-3, and then we got to 5-3. 5-3. We were at a higher low, but price was still undecided on if whether or not it really wanted to go up there, right? And it still had this to come clean out. So I was like, it's eventually going to make its way up there. I just want to know when it does. Now, yes, I did take partials right here, right? I did take partials right here, but I was able to get a 1 and 2 fully and have my TP. So great trade. Now we are down to the final trade. Okay, final trade of the night. Let's see what happens. All right, but that's good. Y'all just witnessed it in live time. All right. So let's do this again. All right. So what is the formula now? Again, after we win, clear that shit out. Six and 3. I'm for sure gonna clip that up because that's something I'm gonna post because that was fun. That was fun. I ain't gonna lie. All right, cool. All right, let's get this shit popping some more. Our indication is right here. Remember, indication, correction, continuation, which is another what? Thank you. All right. So now we just waiting. We're just waiting to see where price does again. Cool. So far, what we've learned a good amount of things, right? Which is stuff that I've been repetitive on, but the biggest thing is patience and waiting for your confirmations. If you wait for your confirmations, you wait until the candle is fully printed instead of trying to jump and guess the market, then you're gonna avoid losing. Genuinely, like a lot of the losses that I've taken within trading, and I've taken a lot of losses. A lot of losses that you take in trading are all from the fact that you don't want to wait until the market shows you what it wants to do. You just jump to conclusions, right? It's like being a person that is projecting. Like, say if you're in a relationship, and I'm sure all of us have dealt with an ex like this, where they're projecting a bunch of shit on you, and they're saying like, "No, you're doing this, and you're doing this, and you're doing that," and you're looking at them dead in their face, and you're like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You don't even have the evidence. Look. And then you're like, all right, time to give you the backstory to that so I can show you how wrong you are. Then you give them the backstory. They see how wrong they are. And then they're like, oh. And now their pride is hurt, right? Look at the market like that. If you are the person that wants to jump to conclusions, the market's just going to look at you and be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Oh, yeah. My candle is printing. Yeah, that's evidence. Yeah, right. All right. I'm trying to tell you I'm not doing that. And then, boom, your stop loss get hit. And then you're like, damn. Literally the exact same example. So we're going to wait, again, until the market shows us what we're supposed to see. It did touch my 38% level. So now I am looking for what? I got a higher low here. Now I'm looking for a high to push into this area and then give me another higher low. So therefore we can move forward. And then once I see that higher low, I need to see that higher low on the 1 hour before I take my trade. So we got our high here. This could be a higher low right here. Nope. We got a deeper correction. All right. So don't let this fool you. Don't let this fool you right here. This is the higher low. Don't let this fool you. This is why I also do what I do sometimes when it comes to marking my path. And I do that. And then I do that. Because if you do this, get what I'm saying? Still. still. Same shit. So instead of doing that, no. Just do this, fam. Here. That's your higher low. There you go. Keep it very simple, short, and sweet. So since we know this is the higher low and this on the lower time frame is the higher low, I need price to give me a stronger confirmation that it wants to continue. So this is nice, but now I need it to be able to form another another higher low. So therefore I can actually get in for a buy, and then we can end off the night going 7-3 on my damn backtest night. Did I delete the stuff again? Yeah, I did. Nope. You see, this is why we made it super big. This is why we made it big. This is why. So therefore I don't lose track of it. All right. And we're on the 30 minute. So let's go ahead and stop it right here. Okay. Next video.